take a quick look at the new Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Origins Extendar alongside the vintage Extendar for comparison. Extendar was a character and a figure that I knew nothing about back when I was a kid. I collected and loved Masters of the Universe, but I'm assuming, I should know this, I should have looked this up beforehand, but I think he's a pretty late release in the toy line. And I only learned of him and picked him up as an adult collector, not because I'm really sort of like captivated by the design or the play feature or anything, but just because I needed to get every figure for the line. So I eventually picked one up. And he's interesting and distinct in that he's kind of like a shimmery kind of pearl color. Mine is very, very loose. But the gimmick is he extends. Yeah. Like so. Which is a sufficient gimmick for the Motu line. So I'm not really knocking it. Not one of my favorite figures, but not one of the worst either. And because I'm pretty much at this point all in on Masters of the Universe Origins, even though I really do feel like the figures are hit or miss. Some just knock it out of the park, and others are really borderline terrible. But nevertheless, this guy came up for pre-order not too long ago. Or rather, not even pre-order, just available to order, and he got shipped out and arrived here way quicker than I thought. So, let's take a look at him. The Mattel Creations exclusive figures, I think, are all nowadays coming with this kind of easy, accessible kind of slip cover, or slip back rather, whatever you want to call it. All right, so here he is out of the box. And real quickly, just in case you're interested, here is a better look at the art on the back. And my first impressions of this guy are pretty positive. Oh, and this is the comic that comes with him. I say pretty positive because most of his play gimmick features are here, and I've kind of become accustomed to the Origins line cutting corners in a lot of places, and the fact that, I mean, you probably can cut corners with a guy named Extendar, but they didn't cut corners, at least not all of them. So I'm pretty happy with him. He comes with his arms extended, and to the best of my, let me see. Okay, so he does come with 2 additional attachments, which are shorter. So you could shorten his arms, or completely sort of like retract them by removing this, or you could lengthen his legs, which do not extend at all. You have to add this attachment to get any extension in the legs. So there he is with a little bit more height. The good news is that he still has a good deal of articulation. The knees bend, the hips, the waist swivel, the shoulders move outwardly. He does have a bicep rotation as well as an elbow rotation, but obviously not an elbow bend. And the wrists are very, very maneuverable. So his play gimmick is in his trunk and the head. Let me back up. There he is, fully extended. I do love that on top of the head extending, you still have a ball joint up there. And for comparison, full height extension of the vintage. Let's see My guy is very loose, so if he was to stay extended, ooh, the vintage is still probably a hair taller. But anyway, as far as the sculpt is concerned, it pretty much is a very faithful, almost reissue, which a lot of the Origins figures are of the vintage. This plate, this guard, whatever you want to call it, is broken off on my vintage one, unfortunately. But you can see that they put in they do put in some effort to get a lot of the molded detail spot on, so that it really does feel like an update of the original. Head sculpts are pretty similar. I do like that the eyes are picked out on the new one. And Extendar does come with one accessory, this shield, but it's a cool one because it extends, transforms, whatever you want to call it. These 3 panels unfold, then this clips back in like so, and there is an extended shield. The last few Mattel Creations Origins figures I picked up have been pretty satisfying. Nothing has been really egregiously left out of them, and the prices, I could be wrong about this. I don't do a lot of research with this, but I feel like the prices have been coming down. I mean, Extendar here was, I think, just $20, which by today's standards, for something you're getting direct from Mattel Creations, that is not a lot. So I say yay to Extendar. 2 thumbs up.